This week in AI, OpenAI and Google sold blacklisted firms AI access through a loophole. Netflix paid Ben Affleck $587 million for a secret AI startup. Apple sued OpenAI's own chief hardware officer. Georgia Power took land from 300 families to feed AI data centers. And the AI price war turned out to be a lie. 5 stories. One thread underneath all of them. What AI actually costs. OpenAI and Google both confirmed it to the Financial Times. Alibaba, Baidu, and Tencent are all on the Pentagon's blacklist for alleged military ties, but their Singapore subsidiaries are, on paper, just Singaporean companies, and that loophole let them buy AI access anyway. It's not illegal. U.S. rules never ban Chinese firms from buying AI outside mainland China. And OpenAI already caught the other side of this. Last month, it cut off Alibaba-linked accounts for allegedly copying its own AI to train a rival model. The rules meant to keep AI contained can't even agree on where a company's address ends. Ben Affleck had been building Interpositive in total secrecy since 2022, a 16-person team of engineers and researchers with no public trace. Their tool trains an AI model on a production's own raw dailies, then relights scenes, mixes audio, and adds visual effects, automating the parts of post-production that used to need a full crew. Netflix confirmed the price in an SEC filing, $587 million, paid entirely in cash. Affleck didn't cash out and leave. He joined Netflix as a senior advisor, still building the same tool. When someone spends 4 years building something in total quiet before anyone even knows to ask, that's usually the tell that something's about to change. Apple's lawsuit names OpenAI's own chief hardware officer, Tang Tan, the ex-Apple VP who helped design the iPhone and Apple Watch. Apple alleges he told job candidates still working at Apple to bring real parts to their OpenAI interviews for show and tell. A second engineer, Chang Liu, allegedly downloaded confidential hardware files onto a company device, then kept that device after he left. The target of all this, Apple says, is OpenAI's upcoming consumer hardware, built on Apple's own designs and supply chain. This isn't a leak from an intern. It's alleged to reach the very top of OpenAI's hardware division. Georgia Power is building a massive new line, and 70 to 80% of that power isn't going to homes, it's going to AI data centers. Building it means taking land from more than 300 families, and for many, agreeing to sell wasn't really a choice. The alternative was the government simply taking the land anyway and deciding for itself what it was worth. One family put it simply, "It's ours, it's our family, we belong here." As AI's hunger for power keeps growing, this same playbook is spreading. You don't need a data center next door for it to eventually reach you. 3 new AI models launched the same week, all racing to be cheaper, and Anthropic responded by postponing a price hike for the 3rd time in 5 weeks. Every lab publishes price per token. Almost nobody publishes price per finished task. Databricks tested this on real engineering work. Sonnet 5 is 1.7 times cheaper per token than Opus 4.8, but it succeeds less, 81% versus 87%, and burns more tokens getting there, so per finished task, Sonnet costs $2.09, Opus costs $1.94. GLM 5.2 matched Opus on quality at just $1.28 a task. That's the real price war, the number almost nobody prints. 5 stories this week. A secret AI company, a lawsuit reaching the top of OpenAI's hardware team, 300 families losing land, a blacklist loophole nobody's supposed to notice, and a price war that isn't what it looks like. Different headlines, same undercurrent. AI's real cost rarely shows up on the sticker price. It shows up in the land, the lawsuits, the fine print, and the fallback plan. Subscribe for next week's roundup, and tell us in the comments which story surprised you most.